Hello and welcome. Doing our Pearls of Wisdom number 6 today. I like to bring messages full of wisdom. That's why when I feel led I bring scripture that is really impacting in its message, bestowing wisdom to us all. It'd be great to see your share in the wisdom the Father has given you. Leave a comment below, share about what wisdom you have been shown. Be blessed in Yahweh Yahushua. Reading from Proverbs chapter 24 verses 1 to 17 plus footnotes and cross-references today. So verse 1. This son, with regard for the heart of perdition, Avedon, I don't know how you pronounce it, Avadon, it's in brackets anyway, might be zealous of the wicked mortal men. So you might not decide to be accompanying any one of Israel, of them of the son. For he carefully contrives Yahweh, the heart of them is the son of Israel. So without great trouble, the one speaks the speech of them of the son, which accompanies any one of Israel of the wisdom which rebuilt the house of Israel, by accompanying any one of Israel of the consequences. Israel of the consciousness of it. It is restored straight again. When accompanying any one of Israel of discernment, in brackets acknowledgement, the Eya, 2 Moshe 3:14, of Israel, has the storehouses filled up as it has been, because every one of the richmond is of the great esteem of Israel, and of the pleasant. Footnote 141, saying, better is a wise, valiant man than a strong man of Israel, and the existing man, Yoash, holding the inside of the cultivated field of great violent emotion. Seen in 6-7, and also in Mediyahu 25, 24, 26. So our first footnote there for that section come from verse 4, which was Exodus 3:14. I've included 3:15 as well. And Elohim said to Moshe, I am that which I am. And he said, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, I am who sent me to you. Footnote 1 indicates the Hebrew text reads, Eher, Yasher, Eher. The word Eher being derived from Haya, which means to be, to exist. But the Aramaic text here in verse 14 reads, Aya, Asher, Aya. This is not his name, but it is an explanation that leads up to the revelation of his name. In verse 15, namely Yahweh. Exodus 3:15. And Elohim said further to Moshe, thus you are to say to the children of Israel, Yahweh Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yisrael, and the Elohim of Yaakov has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and this is my remembrance to all generations. Footnote 141 says Strong's 5273, a wonderful translation of Greek. Strong's 2980, a relevant description of the testimony of Yahushua. Mediyahu 25 verses 24 to 26. And also having approached, he who received the 1 talent said, Sovereign, I knew that you are a tough man, reaping what you didn't sow, and gathering where you didn't scatter. And being afraid, having gone away, I hid your talent in the earth. Here it is, hold what is yours. His sovereign responded to him, O harmful and lazy bondman, the discernment that I reap where I did not sow, and gather from where I did not scatter, the field of Avedon. Seen in Proverbs 6, 7 to 11. So continuing on, Proverbs 24 verses 6 to 13. Among any one of Israel of government war comes to pass, but a support is the help of Yahweh, accompanying any one of Israel of the heart of a counselor of the wisdom, the wise ones, to the gates of the wise ones, the Eya, the Israel of speech of Yahweh. They reckon it, in brackets the speech of Yahweh, and alive, verses 7 and verse 2. Equivalent among these of Israel belonging to the council, belonging to the uneducated deaf beats with Aphim, with the pestilence he, in brackets the census one, shall be polluted with, among the ones of Israel belonging to the Yom, the heat of the day, in brackets, belonging to the evil one of Israel, and the one among Israel belonging to Yom, the heat of the day, of the oppression by the testimony, whether it might omit Yahweh. Rescue ones being led unto death, and sword off ones being slain, perdition, the Abaddon, you might spare. And then if ever you might say, of you is this one whom I have known, and knowledge that this one is Yahweh of the heart, because of everyone he recognises of Israel, even one without regard for shaping the breath, everyone has to say Yahushua, because he is the Son. He knows everyone, because he is who pays off for each one according to the vessel of Israel, for the one. The works of Yahushua are of his Son. Ingest the honey, the belief, seen Bar Navy 617, O Son, with regard, because goodness is of Yahweh. The honeycomb, in brackets of profession, seen in 1624, of Proverbs, I imagine, is in order that might be sweetened. The pharynx, the ones are working, the one without regard. A couple of footnotes from there was LXX shows here was a different difference of symbols. Masoretic's miswrote it as the scheme of, instead of and he shall die. LXX has Greek Strong's 2193 until, which forward to translate Strong's 05704, however it was 05707 testimony, a difference of only vowel points. The Masoretic misrendered this as narrow. Bar Navy 617. What then does milk and honey mean? This, that as the infant is kept alive first by honey and then by milk, so also we, being quickened by the word and kept alive by the belief in the promise, shall live and have dominion over the earth, to the Imperant. Seen to the Imperant 512 and 1 Kef 22. The Imperant being Hebrews, what you know is Hebrews probably, and Kef you know is Peter. Thus ye shall perceive, verse 14, thus ye shall perceive the wisdom belonging to your life and the flesh, the wisdom of the word, the glad tidings of Philippus 43, verse 43, for if ever you might come to know of Yahweh, seeing as if it will mean Yahufa, the pleasant saying of which is, in brackets, the wisdom of, the death that ones are working of Israel. Excuse me, Disclosure 6:8. But the hope of you is whom it shall forsake to send you away. The glad tidings of Philippus, verse 43, or 47, it should have been verse 43. Yahweh is a dyer, as the good dyes that are called true. Thus give name to the things dyed in them. The same happens with those whom Yahweh has dyed. Since his dyes are permanent, they are made immortal by means of his colouring. Now Yahweh dips whom he immerses in water, in brackets spiritually, compare verse 58 or 54, and Yahu 54:11. Verse 48. Although for us who believe, who are immersed his name and in water, this is done materially, symbolically. It means in the death of the judgment of sin. And we who believe in him have died through his death. But those who have not believed will themselves have this immersion in death by the judgment of their sins. Disclosure 6:8. And I saw and look, a greenish pale horse. Islam, in brackets Islam, Yeshayahu 5:26-30. And the one sitting upon it, in brackets, the Samil of the envy, Ezekiel 18:5. His name means death, and Sheol follows it, Proverbs 5:5. And to them was granted authority to kill off over 1/4 of the earth, brackets believers, by sword, and by food shortage, and by death, and under the beast of the earth. 13, 11 and 15, and compare Ezekiel 5:7-17 and 14:2. Footnotes, Aramaic translation shows the imprint term here was Strong's 03418, a yellow-green of acuity of colour like sickly herb or pallor. No footnote, the name of the anointed of lie is death, followed by Sheol for those who follow him. In contrast, the name of the anointed is life, and deliverance for those who believe on him. Verses 15 and 16, Proverbs 24. O perdition of Edom, you might bring the irreverent criminal one to the pasture of the justified ones, but you should not be deceived with the satiety of his belly. For 7 days, for 7, in brackets, days of recycling, shall fall of one of Yahweh without regard for the just one of Israel. Then he shall stand up, Teom, for the ones not of Yahweh, the irreverent ones, they shall become feeble among the ones of Israel with the evils. So Teom 8, verse 8, and he said, the son of Ephraim is like a wise fisherman who casts his net into the sea and drew it up from the sea full of small fish. Among them the wise fisherman found a fine large fish. He threw all the small fish back into the sea, in brackets recycling of ones who did not develop, verse 17, and easily chose the large fish. Anyone with 2 good ears had better listen. Proverbs 24, verse 17. If ever you should fall, one without regard for the enemy of good, the ones are working of perdition, the Abaddon, you shall rejoice over belonging to him, the Son. Yet the ones among Israel of Yahweh, of the ones not belonging to the fold of his Son of perdition, the Abaddon, or exalt. LXX here as word symbol or second person singular fugitive middle indicative verb. Verb which was confused for the third person singular gorist. Active subjunctive verb form. Difference of only diuretics as what the Masoretic has changed it to deny the recycling of the soul from the fish. Scripture speaks to believers, or in brackets you, whereas third person singular or plural references as in verse 6 and are usually non-believers unless specified. Thank you so much for watching. May you be blessed in Yahweh, Yahushua. Amen.